Good morning. Hey, I want to teach y'all a second language. I forgot what the number is. It's like 82% or something of the people of Americans want to learn a second language, which is why Rosetta Stone makes the money that they do. I have one of those brains. I just decided a long time ago it's not going to work. I think I know one word in Spanish, pescado. It means fish. And that's all I know. So if I ever go to Spain or Mexico, I can order a lot of fish, but that's it. So anyway, I want to teach you how to speak excuses. That is, translate what salespeople say as an excuse for not growing their sales. For example, you hear a sales rep or you hear yourself say, everybody buys on price. That's an excuse. The translation of that is, I'm not making a very good sales call. I am not bringing any value to the table. Therefore, I'm forced to go to the lowest common denominator, which is to sell on price. Do you have anything I can quote on? If that's what you hear yourself saying, of course it's going to end up in price. And you're going to come up with that excuse. Next one, I have no time. There's simply no time. That one is just flat out wrong. There is time. We all have time. We've got the entire day. We make different choices. Sure, not every day can you go and make your calls, but you are making your choices in according to your motivation. I find when someone says, I don't have time, they're not prioritizing it. Most common, they are in cruise control, meaning I am making all the money I want. Now, you're never going to hear a sales rep say that. This is why I'm going to give you these translations. But someone who says, I don't have any time for new calls, that's an excuse for I'm making different decisions. Now, a whole other subject, probably for a column or a blog or something like that, so I better move off of that one. The next one I've got down here is, they said they've already got a vendor, so I asked if I could be on their bid list, and they said, sure. And you consider that a victory. That's an excuse for not selling more. What that means is, the translation, I said nothing to differentiate myself. Nothing. Might as well just walked in and said, hi, I print too. I make ink and toner magically stick to substrate. Buy from me. There's nothing of value to that, so that of course they're going to say we already have a vendor, even if they don't like their vendor. It's a fearful thing when the translation for the customer is, I'm afraid, I don't know you, and I don't want to take a risk. Next one, no one returns my calls. Here again, you can control what you can control, right? You can control what you are saying in your voicemail messages. And if you're not saying anything of value, no one is going to call you back. The other thing about voicemails, I've said these tips before, voicemail is not about getting someone to call you back. Voicemail is an audition. An audition. You can demonstrate your professionalism, your differentiator, your value statement. If you've got something, hey, I saw something on your website that I want to talk to you about, or hey, you know what? This is the 4th time I've called you. Can you imagine how hard I'm going to work for you when you can become a client of mine? So look, there's 4 keys to sales success, right? Talk about controlling what we can control. High value sales call to the right target market, applying a prospecting process with diligence and pleasant persistency. Whatever excuse you are using for not growing your sales, the reason for it is in one of those 4 things. One of those 4. Back up this video and listen to those 4 again. It's in my opinion, it's either, in my experience, it's either I'm not making a high value, well-researched call, or I'm not working hard enough. I'm not making enough calls, and I'm not making enough calls to the right people. I'm not being consistent. So that's it for today. I hope that's going to help you to learn to speak excuses and to stop making those excuses. If you're going to fail at this, fail when you've done your absolute best. Fail when you've made a really great sales call and you've presented an idea. Fail when you've tried someone 8 times and you can't get in. That's acceptable failure. Everything short of that is an excuse.